What if I told you that the highest protein food you can buy at any supermarket is not beef, not chicken, not eggs? It is a plant, and it contains 3 times more protein per 100 grams than the best cut of lean red meat. While the meat industry has spent decades convincing you that protein equals animal, the USDA's own nutritional database tells a very different story. Today I'm going to show you 20 plants that match or exceed the protein content of red meat, verified gram for gram against USDA Food Data Central. Stay until the end, because number 19, Seitan, contains 75 grams of protein per 100 grams, triple the 26 grams in lean beef. And number 8, tempeh, has a fermentation process that makes its protein more bioavailable than most animal sources, while adding nutrients meat cannot provide. Subscribe to Ancient Harvest because every week we expose the data the food industry prefers you never question. Here are the 20 plants with more protein than red meat, proven by science. Number 1. Lentils, the protein that built civilizations. Lens culinaris. Dried lentils contain approximately 25 grams of protein per 100 grams, according to USDA data. That is almost equal to lean red meat. But lentils deliver that protein with 14 grams of fiber, 0 cholesterol, and significant amounts of iron, folate, and potassium. Sprouting lentils for 24 to 48 hours reduces phytic acid and increases protein digestibility, as confirmed by multiple NIH reviews. 1 cup of cooked lentils provides approximately 18 grams of highly bioavailable protein. Lentils are deficient in methionine but rich in lysine, meaning they complement rice perfectly. Civilizations across the Middle East, India, and the Mediterranean thrived on lentils as their primary protein source for thousands of years. The data was always there. The industry just preferred you did not look. Number 2, chickpeas, the Mediterranean protein that built empires. Cicer arietinum. Dried chickpeas contain approximately 20 grams of protein per 100 grams. They are rich in lysine, soluble fiber, iron, folate, and manganese. The FAO classifies chickpeas as one of the legumes with the best protein-to-cost ratio in the world. Hummus, falafel, curries, salads, flours, pastas. Sprouting chickpeas increases protein digestibility and reduces anti-nutritional factors. A plate of hummus with whole grain bread provides all essential amino acids your body needs. The Mediterranean built some of the longest-lived civilizations in history eating this. That is not coincidence. It is biochemistry. Number 3, pumpkin seeds. The green capsule with 30 grams of protein. Cucurbita pepo. Hulled pumpkin seeds, pepitas, contain approximately 30 grams of protein per 100 grams according to USDA data, more than any cut of red meat. Additionally, they are one of the most concentrated plant sources of zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper. A quarter cup provides 40% of the daily recommended intake of magnesium, a mineral involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions. Pumpkin seeds contain all 9 essential amino acids, classifying them as complete protein. Toasted in a dry pan, sprinkled on salads, on oatmeal, or eaten directly as a snack. 30 grams versus 26. The seed wins. Number 4, peanuts. The legume everyone mistakes for a nut. Arachis hypogaea. Peanuts contain approximately 26 grams of protein per 100 grams, matching the best cuts of lean red meat exactly. But technically, they are not nuts. They are legumes. They grow underground. Their protein profile includes arginine, an amino acid that research has linked to nitric oxide production, important for cardiovascular health. 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter no added sugar, provide approximately 8 grams of protein. It is the most consumed snack in the world, and one of the most efficient sources of plant protein in terms of the calorie-protein cost ratio. Number 5. Hemp seeds. The complete protein with perfect omega ratio. Cannabis sativa, not marijuana. Industrial hemp. Hulled hemp seeds contain between 30 and 33 grams of protein per 100 grams, significantly exceeding red meat. But the real revolution is in quality. Hemp seeds contain all 9 essential amino acids in well-balanced proportions, including particularly high levels of arginine. They also deliver an ideal omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of approximately 3 to 1, considered optimal by nutritional research. 3 tablespoons sprinkled over your breakfast. 33 grams of complete protein per 100 grams. Red meat has 26. The most underestimated plant on this list is also one of the most nutritionally perfect. Number 6. Soybeans. The protein that science scores perfect. Glycine max. Dried soybeans contain between 36 and 45 grams of protein per 100 grams. But what is truly extraordinary is the quality. Soy protein isolate achieves a PDCAAS score of 1.0, the maximum possible score on the most widely used protein quality scale in the world. The FAO classifies it as the reference plant protein. When measured with DIAS, the new FAO recommended standard, isolated soy protein remains one of the highest-scoring plant proteins, comparable to certain dairy products. Tofu, tempeh, edamame, soy milk. Soy is not a trend. It is the plant protein that science has rated for decades as the closest in quality to animal protein. Perfect PDCAAS. More grams per 100 than red meat. The data does not lie. Stop for a moment and think about this. You just saw 6 plants that match or exceed red meat in protein per 100 grams. Lentils at 25. Pumpkin seeds at 30. Hemp at 33. Soybeans at up to 45. And these are not empty proteins. They come with fiber, minerals, essential fatty acids, 0 cholesterol, 0 growth hormones, 0 veterinary antibiotics. Hit that like button right now. Every like helps more people discover that the most efficient protein on the planet does not require a slaughterhouse. Subscribe to Ancient Harvest and turn on notifications. Now comes the truly extraordinary part, including a plant with 75 grams of protein per 100 grams. Number 7. Lupini beans. The super legume with 40 grams of protein. Lupinus. Lupini beans are the most underestimated legume on the planet. Dried seeds contain between 36 and 40 grams of protein per 100 grams. They exceed red meat by an enormous margin, and they are complete protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids. Lupini are exceptionally low in fat compared to other protein-rich legumes and have a very low glycemic index. In Italy, Greece, and Portugal, they have been consumed as appetizers for centuries. 40 grams versus 26. The number speaks for itself. Number 8. Tempeh. The fermentation that perfects protein. Tempeh is soybeans fermented by the fungus Rhizopus oligosporus. It contains approximately 20 grams of protein per 100 grams in its cooked form, matching red meat. But fermentation does something no industrial processing can replicate. It reduces trypsin inhibitors, phytates, and gas-causing oligosaccharides, while increasing the bioavailability of minerals like iron and zinc. Fermentation also produces variable amounts of vitamin B12, a nutrient typically found only in animal foods. The University of Exeter demonstrated in 2023 that fermented plant protein sources can stimulate muscle protein synthesis equivalently to other high-quality sources. A marinated block of tempeh, sliced and pan-fried. 20 grams of prebiotic protein with fiber. Meat cannot compete with that. Number 9. Spirulina. The microalgae that doubles the protein of meat. Arthrospira, platensis. Spirulina contains between 55 and 67 grams of protein per 100 grams of dry weight, more than double red meat. NASA has studied it as a potential food source for long-duration space missions. The University of Exeter confirmed that spirulina protein can stimulate muscle protein synthesis comparably to other high-quality protein sources. It also delivers iron, B vitamins, and phycocyanin, one of the most potent antioxidants found in nature. 1 tablespoon of spirulina powder in a smoothie provides approximately 4 grams of concentrated protein. The most protein-dense organism on Earth is not an animal. It is a single-celled organism that grows in water. Number 10. Quinoa. The grain the FAO designated for global food security. Chenopodium quinoa. Quinoa contains approximately 14 grams of protein per 100 grams, lower than meat in raw numbers, but quinoa is one of fewer than 5 plant foods that naturally contains all 9 essential amino acids in balanced proportions, making it a complete protein without any complementation needed. The FAO designated quinoa as a key crop for global food security in 2013. The Incas called it the mother of all grains. 1 cup of cooked quinoa provides 8 grams of complete balanced protein. What it lacks in concentration, it compensates with quality that very few foods on Earth can match. Number 11. Nutritional yeast. The protein powder nobody recognizes. Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Nutritional yeast contains between 40 and 50 grams of protein per 100 grams. It is also one of the few non-animal sources of all B vitamins and is commonly fortified with B12. The flavor is nutty, cheesy, umami. 2 tablespoons sprinkled on pasta, popcorn, or salads provide approximately 8 grams of complete protein. The supplement industry sells you protein powders for $30 per container. Nutritional yeast delivers comparable protein density at a fraction of the cost, with flavor instead of chalky texture. Number 12. Chia seeds. The Aztec endurance fuel. Salvia hispanica. Chia seeds contain approximately 17 grams of protein per 100 grams, plus the highest plant-based concentration of omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid. When soaked, chia forms a gel that slows digestion and provides sustained amino acid release. Aztec warriors reportedly ran entire campaigns fueled by chia and water. 2 tablespoons soaked in water or added to smoothies, yogurt, or oatmeal. The protein that powered an empire is available in every health food aisle. We are in the final stretch, and the plants coming next will fundamentally change how you think about protein. Now, I obviously cannot cover every amino acid profile, every preparation method, every combination strategy in a single video. That is why I compiled the complete research into a downloadable guide with all 20 plants plus 30 more, organized by protein content, amino acid profiles, optimal combinations, and meal plans your family can follow. Your nutritionist can review the data. It is all verified against USDA. Link in the description. Subscribe to Ancient Harvest if you have not already. Number 13. Amaranth. The grain NASA wants to grow in space. Amaranthus. Amaranth contains approximately 14 to 16 grams of protein per 100 grams and is notably high in lysine, the amino acid most plant proteins lack. NASA designated amaranth as a candidate crop for space station cultivation because of its complete amino acid profile and exceptional nutrient density. The Aztecs considered it as important as corn, cooked as porridge, popped like popcorn, or ground into flour. The protein that might feed astronauts on Mars has been growing for 8,000 years. Number 14. Green peas. The humble protein with clinical credentials. Pisum sativum. Dried green peas contain approximately 23 grams of protein per 100 grams. Pea protein isolate achieves a PDCIS of approximately 0.89, one of the highest scores among plant proteins. Pea protein has become the fastest-growing plant protein in the supplement industry, used in thousands of products. 1 cup of cooked split peas delivers 16 grams of protein. The vegetable you ignored as a child might be the most practical protein source on this list. Number 15. Moringa, the leaf with more protein than eggs. Moringa oleifera. Dried moringa leaves contain approximately 27 to 30 grams of protein per 100 grams. NIH reviews confirm that moringa contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a rare complete plant protein. It also delivers exceptional concentrations of vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. 1 tablespoon of moringa powder in a smoothie. The tree that grows in the poorest regions of the world contains richer protein than what the supplement industry charges premium prices for. Number 16. Oats. The breakfast staple with hidden protein. Avena sativa. Oats contain approximately 16 to 17 grams of protein per 100 grams in their dried form. But what makes oats remarkable is that they contain more protein per serving than most other common grains and deliver beta-glucan fiber that EFSA has authorized health claims for. 1 cup of cooked oats provides about 6 grams of protein, increased to 14 when combined with hemp seeds and nut butter. The cheapest breakfast in the world is also one of the most protein-complete. Number 17. Sunflower seeds. The roadside protein. Helianthus annus. Sunflower seeds contain approximately 21 grams of protein per 100 grams. They are rich in vitamin E, selenium, and phosphorus. A 1/4 cup of hulled sunflower seeds provides approximately 6 grams of protein as a snack. Combined with legumes, they provide complementary amino acids for a complete profile. Sunflower seed butter is emerging as the allergen-friendly alternative to peanut butter with comparable protein content. Number 18. Chlorella. The detoxifying protein. Chlorella vulgaris. Chlorella contains between 50 and 60 grams of protein per 100 grams of dry weight. Like spirulina, it is a complete protein with all essential amino acids. But chlorella adds something unique. Its cell wall binds to heavy metals and environmental toxins, research suggests, making it one of the only protein sources that simultaneously detoxifies while nourishing. 3 to 5 grams daily as powder or tablets. Protein and detoxification in one green organism. And here we are at number 19, the plant I saved because the number will shock you. Seitan. The wheat mussel with 75 grams of protein. Seitan is produced by washing wheat flour until all the starch is removed, leaving only gluten, the pure protein of wheat. Triticum estivum. The result contains approximately 75 grams of protein per 100 grams of vital wheat gluten. 75. Triple that of red meat. It is the highest protein concentration in any non-isolated, non-supplementary food you can buy in a supermarket. Seitan cooks like meat. It marinates, bakes, fries, and stews. Its texture is fibrous, chewy, meaty. The limitation is that it is pure gluten, which excludes it for celiac patients and gluten-sensitive individuals. And it is deficient in lysine, so it must be combined with legumes for a complete amino acid profile. But the data is undeniable. 75 grams per 100 grams. Meat has 26. Seitan has nearly 3 times more. Number 20. black beans and rice, the perfect combination that matches meat. Phaseolus vulgaris plus Oryza sativa. Dried black beans contain between 21 and 22 grams of protein per 100 grams. Individually, they are deficient in methionine. Rice is deficient in lysine, but rich in methionine. Together, they create a complete protein with all essential amino acids in adequate proportions. This combination has fed Latin America, the Caribbean, and West Africa for centuries. That is not coincidence. It is intuitive biochemistry. Entire civilizations survived, grew, and thrived on beans and rice as their protein base. Modern science calls it protein complementation. Grandmothers called it real food. It is the most accessible, cheapest, and most proven combination in the world for obtaining complete protein without meat. 20 plants. Verified data. From lentils at 25 grams to seitan at 75. From spirulina at 67 to hemp seeds at 33. Every number on this list comes from verified nutritional databases, not opinions, not trends, not ideologies. They are data. I am not saying meat is bad. I am saying the monopoly of protein by the meat industry is a myth that nutritional science dismantled decades ago. Quality protein exists abundantly in the plant kingdom, and in many cases with higher concentration, lower cost, and lower environmental impact. Start with 3 from this list. Lentils with rice. Hemp seeds on your oatmeal. A marinated block of tempeh. Small changes that transform your protein intake without changing your budget. Leave a comment and tell me which one surprised you most. Was it seitan and its 75 grams? Spirulina with more than double the protein of meat? Lupini beans and their underestimated 40 grams? I read every comment, and the complete guide with all the protein data, amino acid profiles, meal plans, and additional plants is available right now. First link in the description. Subscribe to Ancient Harvest, because every week we dismantle the myths the food industry does not want you to question. The most efficient protein on the planet has no bones. It has roots, leaves, and seeds. See you in the next one.